Hi Sagittarius, my name is Megan and welcome to your reading for the month of September. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here. So before we get into the cards, I'm just going to clear the energy. So please be mindful if you're wearing headphones. All right. Sagittarius, I hope you all are doing well during these crazy times on the planet. Let's get into the overall energy for you guys for the month of September. Sagittarius. All right. Playing coy. You act elusive, so you don't have to commit. Being all in is scary, but it's how you grow. Ooh. So this is a month for some of you to really go for it and to stop holding back regarding what you're being guided to out of fear. When you release the fear and you step into what scares you, obviously, you know, going into the middle of the street in traffic, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that like is beneficial for you and it would be challenging for you, but you would grow through that experience if you walked through that door of fear. This is like taking a job that, like, maybe at your job you're being asked to level up and to take a position that would be higher pay grade and more responsibility, and some of you are like, I don't know if I want to do that, but Spirit's like, yeah, do it, go for it. Even though it's scary, you're going to grow through that experience. Or you know, take it how it resonates in your own life, whatever is coming up for you. Allow yourself to commit to it. Don't be afraid of it, because that opportunity came to you, or you know, that relationship came to you, or whatever it is there because Spirit wants to nudge you in that direction, because it would be beneficial for your spiritual growth. All right, let's get some more oracle cards here for Sagittarius to see what's coming up for September. So my stomach has been growling a lot even since I hit record on this video. So if you hear it, apologies in advance. I do my readings fasted so that I can pull the energy stronger. But what I'm hearing Spirit say, linking into my stomach growling, is that your spirit is hungry for this opportunity, okay? So don't deny your spirit out of fear this potential for growth. Sagittarius, September. Sagittarius, September. All right, Sagittarius. We have crossing. What you want is on the other side of what you fear. Oh my goodness, I love when Spirit does this. Do you see? Do you see this, you guys? Being all in is scary, but it's how you grow. What you want is on the other side of fear. Yeah, so Spirit's really saying, you guys, I'm getting so excited for you, to take that leap of faith, walk that bridge towards that new door that's opening up for you. Yeah, because you guys are meant to. You really are. Don't be afraid of it, you know? Gosh, there's so many success stories out there of people saying, like, I had no clue what I was doing, but I just went for it anyway. I faked it till I made it. And here I am, this success story, because of walking through that door of fear when the opportunity presented itself. And, you know, the lyrics from Eminem's song, Lose Yourself, is coming in from Spirit saying, you know, this opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So, you know, don't pass it up, basically. When things like this happen, you don't want to not take it, because you could be entering into a timeline that's in your highest and greatest good. But really, you know, you have to do what's your soul is ready for. And sometimes our soul is not ready for that. So we need a little bit more time. And then, you know, down the line, a new opportunity will come through to present itself again to see if we're ready to, you know, meet the challenge, so to speak. But you're here to grow through challenges. That's the whole point of being on Earth School, right? So take that leap of faith. You never know what kind of opportunities are going to stem from that, or, you know, kind of growth is going to happen from that. So yeah. Temptation, you will be tested. Okay, so they're asking me to share a personal story, which I hate talking about myself on here, but I do when I'm asked to do so. So my typical 9-to-5 job right now is I work in the television industry, and I've been working in the television industry for the past 18 years, and I work behind the scenes. And I've worked my way through many different positions, many different television shows, many different jobs in reality TV. And when I first started, I started on the Criss Angel show in Vegas. And I was on set, I was a production assistant, and I worked my way up to coordinator, set coordinator, and then Chris really saw my value and wanted me to be his personal assistant. So I got a position in that. I then decided I didn't want to do that. That wasn't my calling. I loved being in TV, but I didn't want to be someone's bitch, so to speak, because, you know, being a celebrity assistant, that's like a whole nother ball game of challenges. But it was a great experience. I was afraid to do it, but I stepped up and I did it, right? I learned a lot. I grew a lot. But it's funny because when I was on the plane to LA to start a new job in Los Angeles for another television show, to work in the company that puts on The Bachelor. It's Next Entertainment, I believe, if my memory serves me. I got a call from Criss Angel's old manager saying, hey, I have a job for you with Holly Madison to be her assistant if you want it. And I had no way to talk to any of my family, no way to talk to any of my friends, because I was boarding the plane and, you know, I had to turn my phone off and nobody in my family was answering. And the manager told me, you know, by the time you land in LA, I need an answer, yes or no. So I remember talking to this guy on the plane who was a complete stranger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know you, but I have a major dilemma and I need assistance. And he was like such a good fatherly kind of energy that Spirit put in my lap, sitting next to me. And he was like, okay, what's the problem? Let's work through it. And it was a 30-minute flight because it was, you know, it was from Vegas to LA. But so it was really quick. I had to make that decision right then and there, right? I couldn't sit on that energy. And he goes, okay, well, what's the alternative here? Okay, so you have a job lined up already in LA that you committed to. What, you know, is it long term or is it short term? How much are you going to grow in your industry if you stay with that job versus how much would you grow if you took the Holly Madison job? And, you know, those are two separate timelines, right? Like going back into assistant work or continuing on to do what I really wanted to do, which was, you know, excel in the industry and learn different positions, and really learn more about production because I loved that side of it. I really didn't like being an assistant. So we made this decision together that I was going to continue on with my job that I had already committed to and move to LA because I had all my stuff being shipped out there, moved out there with moving companies. But I'm saying this to you because Spirit is saying, like, if something presents itself like that, really weigh it out. What would give me the most growth versus what would be short-term growth or gain? You know, like, yeah, ooh, yeah, you were assistant to Holly Madison, whoopee fucking do, right? But the long-term growth was this other path that was like less glamorous, so to speak. So I had to share that for some reason. Hopefully you benefited from that story. Let's get back to reading. Okay. Temptation, you will be tested on where your heart is truly invested. Yes. So again, with that story I just shared, you know, my heart was tempted in that moment to go this way or that way. But, you know, ultimately Spirit is saying, like, go with what would bring you the most joy. And for me, being an assistant was not going to bring me the most joy. Maybe it would have brought me more glory, like, ooh, on my resume, it looks really nice and fancy. But the thing that brought me the most joy was following my path to LA and working on multiple projects and multiple shows, meeting a bunch of new people, right? That was my temptation there, to go back into the devil's arms of being an assistant or to journey onto a new path. So I took the bridge, I took that leap of faith, being really afraid to let go of that opportunity. It was really challenging for me to walk away from that, because I knew that if I let go of that, it was going to kill any potential new opportunities for being an assistant in the future, which is actually not true. I did have, at some point in my journey, I was presented the opportunity to be Pink, the singer Pink's assistant, to be in a lineup of interviews that were people interviewing for that position. And I was like, oh, hell to the no. I do not want to be on the road. I do not want to do that. So again, you have to look at the opportunities being presented to you and be like, okay, is my ego telling me this, or is my soul telling me this? You know, my ego was like, yeah, do it. Be an assistant. You could be like, you could join like really cool parties, and you could be like in the spotlight with these people and be a part of their entourage. Like, but that wasn't my soul's journey, right? My soul wanted to do something else. My soul was really yearning for growth in a new way, and didn't want to stroke the ego anymore, so to speak. So go with what your heart says is the message here. Don't be tempted by the devil into doing something that would stroke the ego. Go with what your heart, excuse me, as my throat chakra closes. Go with what your heart says. All right. Lightness. Unburden your heart so it can hold greater love. Yeah. So again, this is a message backing up what we just said. Go with where your heart is guiding you. You know, like the balloon that floats in the sky is being guided by the wind. Allow spirit to guide you towards what is right for you. And if you really don't know, like my story about being on the plane, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I was like really starting to come into my spirituality very minimally at that time. I was really connected as a child. I was very psychic, but I still asked my angels and guides, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I got the intuition to talk to the guy next to me on the plane. So spirit will put messengers in your path to illuminate you, or to bring you awareness that you need in that now moment, to bring you back into an alignment with your highest and greatest good. So this is a month for you to lighten your load, to release the burdens of the past, to let go of fear, and to become like free-spirited and float through this month. And it's about getting into alignment with your highest and greatest good by connecting with your heart center and connecting with your divine spiritual team to help guide you and assist you towards what would bring more love into your life. Charge ahead. The way is clear for you to make good progress now. Love that with the unicorn energy. We all have a unicorn spirit guide as well as a dragon as well as a dragon spirit guide. I don't know why my throat chakra keeps closing. Probably because I don't enjoy talking about my stuff, and I get like a little bit shy when I talk about myself. So yeah, this is just about you guys really taking charge of your life and going for it, allowing the magic of life to guide you towards your highest and greatest good. You know, when things and big opportunities happen for you, or it doesn't even have to be that big. It could just be like a life-altering opportunity, right? That you know if you take that road, it's going to change your life, right? Charge towards that, because there's so much growth and potential for growth on the other side of that decision. Don't be afraid of it, you know. And spirit has taught me through the many decisions that I've had to make with my career path in the TV industry. You would get job offers and you would have to decide like immediately. Like you couldn't sit with that energy very long, because they would have 10 people lined up to take the position after you if you denied it, right? So spirit has taught me through time that the first inclination you get in your heart, in your gut, that's the answer. Anything after that, like when you hear an opportunity or you're trying to make a decision on something, the first like 15 seconds is coming from your higher self. Anything after that, your ego steps in and tries to like sabotage and come up with all these ideas and scenarios to bring fear about like why you shouldn't step into an opportunity of changing your life, because the ego's ultimate position in your life is to protect and guide you away from harm, right? That's the ego's purpose, is to protect us from harm. So, and danger. So when the ego is presented with the opportunity for change, it doesn't like it, because it's like, oh, I can't see what's on the other side of that. So it's fearful to me. And we don't know if we're going to die if we take that path. So let's not do it. And spirit's like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, let go of the ego, let go of the fear, and just charge, go for it. The way will become clear to you when you learn how to tap into your heart space, into your energy, and start practicing with that this month. Any decisions you have to make this month, immediately go into your heart space. What is the answer? Yes or no? Ask your heart. You can even use a pendulum. You know, I don't have it with me in front of me, but it swings one way or the other for a yes or no. Or you can do kinesiology body test where your body sways forward for yes, or your body sways backward for no. There's so many different ways you could get a yes or no for a decision. You could use divination like what I'm doing as well, but the first 15 seconds, I'm telling you, that's where your soul comes in, your higher self, and tells you yes or no. Anything after that, your ego is trying to sabotage. Okay. Sagittarius. Oh, I love it. We have the celebration card here. Sagittarius, September. All right. Whoa. Okay, well, this card wanted to come first. We'll go for it. So when you charge ahead, the way is clear for you to make good progress now. We have the King of Cups. So this is about being in your center, in your heart space, being calm with your emotions when you make decisions surrounding something, you know, going into a meditative space for, you know, taking deep breaths, centering into your heart and asking your higher self, is this right for me? Is this not right for me? The King of Cups is, you know, very emotionally mature, very empathic, and just has his emotions very calm, cool, and collected. We have Queen of Swords under lightness, unburden your heart. So it can hold greater love. Yeah, Queen of Swords is about getting into your power. It's having mental clarity here, being self-sufficient, being brutally honest with yourself. And I'm also seeing this as like Archangel Michael's sword to cut away fear or cords that are holding you back from your highest and greatest good. So really look into working with Archangel Michael this month to help you cut and clear away the fear when it comes up for you, however it comes up for you, so that you can not block yourself through this resistance of, you know, fear, or by holding yourself back from fear. We have the Star card here. Yes, some of you are really meant to shine this month. Some of you are maybe going to be in the spotlight this month with this energy of charging ahead. Some of you could be, I'm hearing some of you are destined for stardom, for fame in the future. And by you making these small decisions now that's leading you down that path, you're going to be well known in the future. But if you allow fear to hold you back, you're blocking yourself from that timeline potential. The Star is also about healing and pulling the energy from the heavens above and grounding it into the earth below, calling in your manifestations, you know, with your divine will and grounding it into this physical realm for what you're trying to call in or manifest. But this is also about renewal and hope and mental clarity, having faith in what you're trying to do on this planet, what you're trying to do this month, especially have faith in whatever you're, oh my gosh, there it is, Archangel Michael with his sword. Ace of Swords here going under, crossing what you want is on the other side of fear. Yeah, literally Archangel Michael is coming through big time, you guys. He wants to really assist you with releasing fear, so call upon him every single day. I have a video, and I will link it below, called Morning Routine, where it walks you through how to work with Archangel Michael and clearing your energy, releasing fear, releasing blockages, darker energies. And when you do that and you do spiritual maintenance on your energy every single day, you have mental clarity, and that fear dissipates. Those darker thoughts don't infiltrate into your field as often because you've brought in more light from the divine and you've filled your essence up and you've protected and sealed up all the cracks in your aura, you know? Because when we have cracks in our aura, that's how those darker energies come in to sabotage our thoughts. It's like these negative thought forms that can infiltrate into block and sabotage us on our path ahead. Yeah, literally with your path ahead here, 3 of Wands. Temptation you will be tested on where your heart is truly invested. Exactly. Don't allow the devil to tempt you this month. Don't allow the devil to put negative thoughts in your head about you can't this or you can't that. If you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you are also right. So what you believe, you will receive. Remember that. You are a divine creator, and what you want to call in, you have the power to do so. So, you know, this is about teamwork. This is about expansion. This is about travel, you know. So some of you could be really focused on your creative projects this month, or really focused on working with the energies this month to create a blueprint, or, you know, writing it out, scripting it out, what you want to call in or manifest for the future. And don't be tempted by those darker energies. There's a big message around that. Yeah, you have 4 of Wands, celebrations. Lots of celebratory energy coming in. Some of you could be getting married this month. Some of you could be going to a wedding this month, or just having like a retreat where you are with friends, you know, like Soul Tribe, going on a retreat somewhere, having a lot of fun, festivals, that sort of energy, or, you know, just family homecomings, reunions, celebrations like that. But this is, your soul is celebrating the fact of you taking that leap of faith and going into this new direction, taking that opportunity that's going to really provide growth for you. Don't be afraid of it. Release the fear and go. Let's go. Just go for it. All right, Spirit, why is the King of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Star card here? Some of you are, okay, we're going to pause. Some of you are afraid because you know deep down that you're meant to be famous. You know deep down you're meant to be a well-known name. Whether you write a book, whether you start a YouTube channel, whether you want to be an actor or an actress, whether you want to be, whatever it is here, it's like some of you are afraid of taking that path because you know that on the other side of it, there's fame, right? And not everybody wants fame in the same way that other people do. Yeah, some people want fame and the glory and all that, but then there's other people, like there's many actors out there and actresses out there that are actually petrified to be in the spotlight. They like doing what they do, but they're afraid to be in public, having that attention. They don't like it, right? They're more humble, they're more grounded, and they don't revel in the spotlight, you know? So I'm feeling some of you are afraid because your spirit is picking up on the fact that, like, wow, if I take that leap of faith, it's really shifting me into something major here, and I'm going to be well known for it. And that's scary, right? Because the more eyes you have on you, the more attention you have on you. It's like being on stage and having stage fright. So yeah, get away from stage fright, get away from fear. That message is only for some of you. Obviously, not everybody watching this is going to resonate with everything I'm saying here, but take what resonates, leave the rest. All right. Why is, yeah, King of Cups, Queen of Swords, Star. Thank you. All right. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, you guys, 2 of Pentacles, and the Death card here. There is a major rebirth happening around your finances and the decisions you make surrounding your finances this month. The Queen of Pentacles, she's utilizing all of her resources, all of her tools, and has grounded that energy into the now present moment to create a lifestyle that is so beautiful for herself. You know, this is a lifestyle that is really fertile, and, you know, it produces a lot, right? There's a lot of abundance there. And this 2 of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, like, do you want to jump that? Do you want to get on board and take that journey to a new path, a new life, and leave behind the old? It's very scary. It's very challenging to have, you know, I'm going to go back to my story because they're asking me to share this. When I made the decision, because I grew up in Boise, Idaho, okay? And my grandmother loved the Luxor Casino, and that's kind of how I fell into the TV industry. I was already planning, because I was in college, I was already planning, and I had a candle business back then, which I'm actually, funny, oddly enough, starting another candle business now. But I had a candle business as working 3 jobs and going to college, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do something else. So I was really interested in television and working behind the scenes. And I had a family friend who was in the music industry in LA, and I was planning to move to LA that summer to try to get a job in the music industry and work my way into TV somehow. But what they're saying to me for you guys is to have this like ego death basically take place so that you can embark on that new journey. Because when I was offered, okay, I was in the Luxor. My family went to the Luxor because my grandma loved it. It was like Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think it was Thanksgiving in 2006. And I was approached by a production assistant that worked on Chris Angel and asked to be on the show, to be one of the people that watched the magic tricks or whatever. And I had so much fun with it, and I loved that show anyway, the Chris Angel show. I loved magic. Anything to do with magic, my soul like latched onto. And when I came back for Christmas a month later, I was telling my brother about it, and he was so jealous. He's like, dang, I wish I could get on the show. That'd be so cool. Oddly enough, spirit works in mysterious ways. We got approached, my brother and I, to be on the show again by a production assistant that saw us walking around. And I was like, okay, this is not a coincidence. I want to be in the industry. Spirit is lining this up for me for a reason. So I asked the PA, I said, who can I talk to get a job? And so they told me to come back to the production office later that night. I talked to the line producer, who's still a great friend of mine today. And he interviewed me on the spot. He says, okay, how does your day look? I said, I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. I work on my candle business for 3 hours. I go to my first job. I come home. I go to school. I come home. I go to lunch. And then I finish off my 2 other jobs later in the day. And then I'm working on my candle business until at least midnight or 1 a.m. And then I repeat, wash, rinse, and repeat. And he's like, okay, great. You're going to work out just fine. You start Monday. And I was like, holy shit, no way. And literally I had 5 days to prepare to remove myself from Boise, Idaho, and move all my stuff out to Las Vegas to start this job literally 5 days later. And so I accepted on the spot, not knowing what I was going to do or how I was going to do it. You know, my grandmother let me live with her until I could figure things out on my own. But I had a major ego death. I literally cried like a baby when I got there, even though it was a huge opportunity and it was something I wanted to do. I cried because I had to leave everything I loved behind so quickly, and it was such an ego death for me. And there was so much fear because I didn't know anybody other than my grandma in Vegas, and I really had to step into that leap of faith and allow myself to have that ego death, work through that fear, because I knew it was such a major stepping point in my journey in my life. So that's what I'm feeling for you guys, is there's a major stepping point here happening for you in September with this ego death, releasing fear. It's leading you towards your abundance here. And on that note, I'm going to stop talking and sharing my journey because I really don't like to. And I think Spirit's like happy with the message that we relayed here, because it's such a big message for you guys. I've not really had the energy this strong in a reading before, but yeah, let's get into the clarity on why the King of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Star card is here. Yeah, there's a major turning point in your life, you guys. Major transformation for you. You guys now know my life story. Never have I shared it before. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, so you guys have the 8 of Swords here with this self-imprisoned energy, with linking into fear, surrounding the future, you know, looking ahead, like, is it safe for me to do that? If I make that decision, is it going to play out in my favor? You're battling that decision in your mind, it feels like here. But when you really take that leap of faith and you go down that new path, this new path of abundance opens up for you. You take that abundant path. You have the Star card here, okay? So it's leading to your fame. It's leading to your glory. It's leading to you being this success story here. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. I spoke way more than I should have in this video, but you really needed to hear it. I guess it was meant to help inspire you in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully it did. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. You're on your way. You're going to do amazing things this month. Don't be afraid. Go for it. Just go. Let go and flow and go. All right. If that resonated, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in another video. Bye.